Hello everyone. As you might all know, getting into the United States medical residency program requires taking USMLE Step 1 and Step 2 exams. What you gain through university years in the med school is sometimes not enough. You know how to use this. Last year in 2009, the Kaplan Medical and the University of Debrecen has started a new project. We put together Step 1 USMLE preparatory course. This year we already had a few students who have taken the exam and succeeded well. One of them, Ravi Vakani, has reached the 99, one of the highest scores in USMLE. Ravi, can you say a few things about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Ravi Vakani. Actually, I'm a sixth-year student here out of a six-year program at the University of Debrecen. And well, first of all, let me just say thank you for inviting me to say a couple words. It's really humbling. I guess I was born in New York, and I was raised there as well. And I did a year at the New York University in Manhattan, and that's when I decided actually that I wanted to transfer. I figured it'd be a great opportunity to experience something new and at the same time get educated at the same time.
Ravi, why did you decide to take the course?
Well, you know what it is? USMLE Step 1 is pretty much all that matters when you're coming back to America if you're a foreign medical student. And really, it's the biggest exam of my life, Like, of course, I wanted to be as, prepared as I possibly could be. And why not go to the experts, The people at Kaplan, it's their job to know about the exam. I've asked some friends, what their opinions about the test, what they thought of it. But why go to, why rely on hearsay when you can actually just talk to the experts and get their opinion? So that was my biggest thing, Like I wanted to hear about the exam, learn about the exam from the people that know the exam. Actually, it worked out perfectly because I found out that the education office had a great program, the Kaplan Medical course, and it was coming to Debrecen at the exact time that I needed to take my USMLE Step 1. So I thought, this is the perfect opportunity.
Why now?
Well, tell you the truth, the reason that I decided it now was because I had put it off for so long. And I know it's not as glamorous an answer, but I procrastinated. And luckily for me, it just happened that it worked out perfectly because the USMLE Kaplan course was here just when I needed it to be.
Did you have any expectations from the course?
Well, definitely, I mean, anytime you're spending more than just pocket change, I feel like, you have expectations for something. And I think the real question is, did it meet my expectations? And without a doubt, it did. And there's a lot of reasons for that, there's certain things I looked for when I wanted to sign up for the course. I wanted to make sure that, were the teachers actually coming from America? Were they the actual original, professors that American students would have? Is the material, relevant to the actual exam? Because you can study, we study medicine over here every day, but, we're not studying for just any old medical exam. This is a specific test. It's a USMLE. It's a United States medical licensing exam, not the British licensing exam. And each test is different, and you need, or at least I feel like you need to be focused on the task at hand, and that's the reason I signed up for it.
Can you say a few things about the course? How many lectures did you have? How many self-control tests did you perform?
Well, the course, well, actually, I had taken the pilot course. Now I believe it's changed a little bit for the better. When I took it, it was 3.5 weeks of pretty intense learning. We had to be there pretty much every day, 7 to 8 hours, and for the whole 3.5 weeks. And even when we weren't in the classroom, the professors had given us work to do at home, so we were definitely busy. And the best thing about it actually was that it was structured in a way that we would spend 8-hour blocks, So that's exactly how the exam is set up. The USMLE Step 1 is an 8-hour exam. And the fact that we're having our classes 8 hours long, it teaches us to kind of sit there, in the same place to focus for that long. And when I took the exam, when I got to the seventh and the final block, I really appreciated that I was able to concentrate still. And I think that I learned a lot of that from the Kaplan course, just because of its length, and the way it was set up.
What did it add to your knowledge?
Well, I think it added like another dimension to my knowledge. I mean, I always did pretty decent in school. I wouldn't say I was the best student, you know, I had my extracurricular activities, but the best thing about it was it changed the way I thought about things, my approach. It oriented me to a more clinical thought process. And I think I could not have done that on my own, you know, because you have to be taught to think a certain way and to come across a question, come across a patient, you know, with certain things in mind. And with these things that I've learned, I was able to, I think, better approach the questions.